best, you know. Really.
Okay, so good. So welcome back, everybody. We are still here in Budapest to participate to the 2023 Optistudent Awards competition, and it's really now the time for the award ceremony. So thank you for joining. And we really attended today 6 wonderful presentations from the students, and I think they are a bit excited and stressed at the same time, and they are really waiting for the winner. So I will really quickly now hand over to James. Thank you, James, again for your participation, and thank you to all the judges. And I will let you give, I would say, all the rewards. Thank you.
Thank you, Sebastian. So, we've had a fantastic day. Thank you, students. Amazing presentations. I read through your titles beforehand, and they were all topics I wanted to hear about, and you really didn't disappoint. Thank you to the supervisors. I know that's good and hard work sometimes to supervise students, but really important, that sort of relationship. And thank you to the judges for all your support in making those difficult decisions, and to Cooper Vision for actually hosting this event, which, as I say, is unique in the world in terms of really supporting students in research. In terms of your presentations, they were fantastic quality. Every year we say the bar gets higher, and sure enough it got higher again this year. Really well articulated, some fantastic PowerPoint slides, as good as I see from professional presenters. So you'd be really proud of what you've done in terms of presenting your work. I am always amazed and quite embarrassed at the quality of your language, the fact that many of you are presenting not in your mother tongue, as we say, is just stunning, and that skill set, because science unfortunately is done generally in English, will serve you really well in the future. So I'm going to go through each of your presentations in turn, a little recap, and some of the little pointers perhaps for the future as well, and then we shall announce the awards. So I shall do it in the order that we went through them this morning. So the first one, Sian, thank you very much for your presentation on do we care about lens care? Really clear question, which is good in research. So we really knew what you were looking at. I really liked your multifaceted approach. So question in a little bit more, and the ability to apply statistics is good. So very well done. Second presentation then was Fatima's, and this was looking at the changing the paradigm of soft contact lens fitting by sagittal height, a topic very close to my own heart in terms of actually fitting contact lenses. The problem is sometimes people turn them into a commodity, and it's just, we'll stick that on the eye and it'll be fine, but we know that really doesn't work. So a nice, neat, small study with 10 people, 8 commercial lenses, so really getting a sort of range of parameters there, randomised and masked, which is really important for science, inclusion criteria, so again, thinking what participants you need, making sure that it's as clean a group as possible. Generally in science, we can't use 2 eyes because they're third one was Carolina. This was the comparison of multifocal contact lens designs. Again, another really important topic. 20 participants, both with the bioaffinity and the air optics. Really nice that you did photopic and mesopic, because we don't always live in a photopic world, distance and near, and again, randomised. Good to mask the clinician as well as the patient if you can. Again, building in the statistics. And their opportunities, obviously, visual acuity is quite powerful, that's what we normally do, but real-world tests like reading speed, contrast sensitivity would have helped on that as well. So a really nice project. Third then was the UK team, so this was Mohammed and Simia. Again, a very well-sized study group. Detailed statistics, and you took us through those, again including the limitations of the project. all research we have to do. The question I always ask at the end of someone's PhD is, if you started again, what would you do differently? And the wrong answer is nothing, because we're always learning, and even people who've been in the business for as long as I have are always learning and changing what we do, because we learn, including off today. A well-polished double act. Sometimes people think that maybe it's easier to do it with two, sometimes it's actually much harder to do it with two, but I thought you brought that together very well. Things to think about, just making it really clear what the premise of the study, why you're doing the study. That randomisation and masking again is important. And as the sort of native English speakers here, just slow down. Sometimes it's quite difficult to understand us because it's our language, so we just rush ahead. Then we had Katharina from Germany, a survey on the use of fitting guidelines for multifocal contact lenses. An excellent response rate. How you got that many participants in just 21 days really was impressive. That optimization stage that you talked about in the questions, again, really important. It's very easy with research that the hardest thing, it's like preparing a room. When you're going to decorate it, it's actually the preparation that takes the longest period of time. Actually doing the decoration is much quicker once you've got everything sorted. 4 very clear hypotheses, and you brought us back to those at the end and pointed us where we needed to go. The IKEA analogy I thought was really nice. Again, that really helps you sort of recall why we were doing it. Just be careful with decimal places. This is something that's always very interesting. If you've got 10 subjects, you can't claim that you've got 0.1. I know you had a larger study, but again, some of your decimal places were sort of minute amount of a person. Well, it's only one person that answers the questionnaire. And always in studies, just bring out those limitations, because it makes people feel, oh, okay, they understand the limitations, but this is the clear message. And then last not least, we had Michael. This was the characterization of tear film and wettability dynamics over 2 daily disposable soft contact lenses. Dispensing studies, that means we actually give the patient the lenses and have a period of time. That's really powerful. Nice contralateral design, very clear aims. And I really like the fact that you not only have the clinical tests of wettability, but you also then have the lab tests of wettability. So that comparison is really good. And you gave a really good attempt to understand and explain your results. Randomization of the eyes would have been good, rather than just one lens in one eye. Again, consistency on decimal places, and that conversation we had about sample size. So one thing that they'll always pick you up in research is trying to work out what that optimal sample size is beforehand. So some fantastic presentations. It was relatively difficult to find who was the right person to win, just because the standard was so high for all of you. I'm going to announce runner-up first, and then the winner. So the runner-up was Katharina. So runner-up means the second place. Okay. Okay. Very well done, and actually you also won the public vote. So very well done. Yeah? All good? Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Very well done. Okay, and then the winner was Michael. Fantastic. let's also call out the rest of the finalists, because you all get a certificate, because you are all winners. You've all won your national level. So, Sien, do you want to come up first? There we go. Good. And then after that, we've got Fatima. Good. Next, we've got then Carolina. And Mohammed and Sanya. On the right around.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Good. So thank you again for live streamers as well for coming and joining us. But an absolute fantastic day. I hope you all feel like winners, because you really are. And I am pretty certain that I will see you again on the world stage. Lots of opportunities, and eye care is fantastic. It is really a small family of people who really get engaged and do the sort of education and communication. And